Hey, future medics, it's Tina, your medic mentor, and today we're talking about a very common medication that you see both on and off the box. It's diphenhydramine, better known by its brand name of Benadryl. Benadryl is an antihistamine, and it works by blocking those histamine receptors, specifically the H1 receptor, which we saw before with Phenergan. You remember that. When an allergen enters our body and gets mislabeled as a threat by our immune system, a whole host of things happen. One of the main things that happen is the body signals for the mast cells and the basophils to start releasing histamine. And the more histamine they release, the bigger the reaction. Now, histamine binds to those H1 receptors. And when they bind together, it flips the switch. That causes itchy eyes, runny nose, sneezing, hives, hypotension, difficulty breathing, things like that. So Benadryl blocks histamine from being able to bind to the H1 receptor. Therefore, the switch never gets flipped, and none of these symptoms can occur. In EMS, we're giving this for moderate to severe allergic reactions, but this should be your second medication you're giving, not the first. Number 1 should be Epi 1-to-1. Number 2 is Benadryl. Benadryl will keep this reaction from getting worse and keep the symptoms from coming back. Your dose is 25 to 50 milligrams, IV, IO, IM, or PO, depending on how alert your patient is, how quickly you need this to work. But also, when you are pushing this IV, this is a slow IV push over 1 entire minute. And that is so important, and I will tell you why. We'll get into it in a minute. It is so important that you remember this is a slow, very slow IV push, okay? Onset, 15 to 30 minutes. It lasts about 4 to 6 hours. But the onset should also show you why this is the second medication we push and not the first. 15 to 30 minutes is a long time to wait when someone can't breathe. Let's talk side effects. The big ones are drowsiness and sedation, dry mouth, maybe some dizziness, and chest wall rigidity. Remember that one. We're going to talk about it. Contraindications are known hypersensitivity and glaucoma. When I was a young medic, brand new actually, I gave IV Benadryl to a woman who had known allergy to wasps who had been swarmed. And she was in the country. It took us a while to get there. When we finally got there, she was in bed, stridor, red, looked awful. Everything was terrible. Gave her epi. She started breathing so much better and had so much relief. Wonderful. Gave me time to start an IV and push Benadryl. No problem. Pushed it in. She was already doing so much better. Suddenly, her heart was racing. She couldn't breathe. She was terrified. I was terrified, and I had no idea what was going on. 20 seconds later, it was all over. Everything was fine. What happened? I pushed Benadryl too fast. You have to push this slow. It causes them to feel like they cannot breathe. Their chest gets rigid, and their heart rate skyrockets because they can't breathe. It scares them. It scares you. It's not fun. I will always preach this because I did it. Remember to push this slow. Epi's going to take care of that airway, giving you time to slowly push this and slowly flush this in. It is so important with this medication. Here's your takeaway. Benadryl is not your first line for anaphylaxis. It's your second, and it is a solid second wave. Use it to keep the symptoms from rebounding, but please push it slow. It is so important. But that's it. That's another one wrapped up. You're doing so great with this series. I'll see you for the next one.